Sit on them.
All right, folks, here we go. 2 fights remaining, which means we are at the Rebellion 13 semi-main event of the evening. Coming to us first out of the blue corner, George Mann. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Alexei the Great Petroulias. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, semi-main event of the evening, Rebellion 13, 100% Muay Thai. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man has an ominous fight record of 27 fights for 23 wins. He has taken his fight on short notice and is a WMC World Champion. Trained out of Gav's Gym in Western Australia by Gavin Fuller. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for a short notice fighter, George Mann. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a man who has campaigned all over Australia and now the world. A long-time serving member, particularly of Victorian Muay Thai. He is a multiple state, national and interstate champion. 40 fights for 27 wins, 10 coming by way of knockout. He is trained by Superboy out of 8 Blade Warriors right here in Victoria and representing Australia, Alexei the Great Petroulias. Both fighters, White Crew Ramboy.
Okay, red, blue. Guys, 5 rounds, 3 minutes, full Thai rules. Fight strong, fair, obey my instructions at all times. Any questions? Good luck, touch gloves, let's go.
Here we go, we are seconds out, semi-main event.
Now, guys. Man. Alexi. Now, guard. Okay, round one, Go.
Well, they say never judge a book by its cover, and George Mann is the classic example of that. I'm just wondering if he got a note from his mum to say he's allowed to be here. He looks that young. Fresh-faced young man that we certainly can't underestimate. But we did have to raise the ceiling those lights a little bit just to fit him in the ring. Alexi Petroulias has got to need a footstool to get up to hit him in the head. And I think the best strategy for Alexi is going to be to punch George Mann. Punch him straight in the thigh, I was going to say. Yeah. It's going to be the easiest target for him.
George Mann, no surprise, he is a knee fighter, Muay Thai. And he's fought at Ratchadam Nun 2 or 3 times, I believe. And he's a bit of the dark horse here. Not many people know him. He took the fight on short notice, and it's interesting to see how this one plays out.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's got the experience. Trained at a Gab's gym in WA, so big g'day to everyone at Gab's gym. Well, we only jest because he looks like a great young man, and I love when Alexi did the end of the Ramoy there and did the sword cutting. He just looked at him and shrugged with a bit of a wry smile. It was pretty classic. So trained out at Gab's gym in WA. Now all your big guys will be watching him and know what he's capable of. And you can bet he's going to throw a couple of head kicks, just guessing. And you can also bet he's going to try and get into the clinch, lean down on Alexi and let those knees try and hit him in the upper chest area, probably the way I'm looking up to the chin. Alexi's going to have to break range, get in close. But in saying that, if he gets in close, he's putting himself into the clinch. So it's not like he can get in and bang the body without having to pay the price of a knee coming up. So it's going to be interesting strategies that Alexi's going to have to employ here.
And Alexi, he likes to go in the clinch usually, so this is a difficult situation for him.
I'm even looking to measure, I'm thinking, geez, even if Alexi gets on the inside and tries to throw that overhand, which is obviously the number one weapon of the shorter fighter, he's going to have a hard time making range, even with his overhand. To boot, just because George Mann wasn't awkward enough to try and manage with his height, he's a southpaw. So good old Alexi's got it all in one bag right there in front of him in the ring.
What you just said in the last fight, the leg kick is maybe a weapon because if the legs go, the whole body doesn't.
Yeah, definitely a leg attack is going to be the way to go for Alexi. But looking at the height difference, probably going to be kicking him in the calves. Again with that very annoying push kick up to the face, Mann throws it out with ease, and obviously he's used to using it. He knows his height and reach advantage, and he knows what he's capable of doing. Again with the push kick,
round one. Rebellion Muay Thai 14 will be back in 2000.
Really frustrating Alexi Petroulias. He's got to try and find a way to the inside.
Yeah. So when you fight good.
but when you sit, your body, yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. You gotta not too detail, not too far. Move. When you move back, slow. Yeah, I mean, not too high, yeah? Figure it out here. Okay. You know what I mean? And move, slow. You're setting up, yeah? You step one across to left. And both no rock. You know what I mean? Wait, tap. Not let it call you, tap. You throw that angle, yeah? You look for the FPD for him to throw air ball, yeah? You know what I mean? You move up, left, move.
Having a look at that. A little bit of the first round, and that's that confounding push kick. Georgie Mann is putting it to play beautifully. Just like that. Moves off well and up to the face. And then just probes with the jab. So just real annoying technique really from George Mann, but enough probably to give him almost that round.
Yeah, but in Thailand that is not very nice to do that in the first round, to be honest.
Alexi Petroulias. But you know what, Alexi Petroulias, WBC National Super Lightweight and welterweight champion, and a man that really has never had an easy fight. The guy just has no easy road to the top. Every opponent he fights is always there to fight with him, and has always got something to offer that's going to make it a hard night at the office for Alexi. Tonight, it's George Mann and those extendable arms and legs of his, Inspector Gadget almost like, standing in the neutral corner and hitting Alexi on the other side of the ring. Look for the step through knee. You can see him just thinking about it. High kick. Good balance though for a tall fighter. He's tall and he's skinny, but he's well balanced. You'd think it, you know, he hasn't got a lot of muscle mass on him, and he looks to be quite light, obviously, but he still has good balance.
That lean back is also very beautiful.
Lean back's great, yeah. He's got some good skills, the young lad. Georgie Mann, geez, I'll tell you what, he'd get asked for ID absolutely everywhere he went. He ain't getting in anywhere without having ID, this guy. Looks a lot younger than what he obviously is. Oh, and went down low. Faked the high kick, went down low, and Alexi's just trying to work out the puzzle that is George Mann.
Pick it up, fellas. Let's work.
Oh, step through knee. He's got some angles and he's got some moves. George Mann. Alexi trying to get in and unload, but without getting caught. Obviously, he's trying to be defensive. You can see the frustration creeping into Alexi's game plan. Well, again with a push kick up high and into the chest.
What is there Alexi could do?
I think he's got to feed off that push kick because Mann's a left-handed and he's coming off his lead. Probably brush it off to the side, step to the outside of the lead leg. Alexi never more needs to be off to his left than in this fight. He can't be in front of him and he can't be off to the right. He's got to be off to his, Alexi needs to be off to his left. Kicking with the right, stepping left, continually circling left. Go for the body lock.
Good. Yeah. End it around.
Definitely Alexi needs to be circling away from the power side. And big movements too, not small movements, because every time Alexi's in front of him, he's going to use that linear technique, the push kick. So he needs to be stepping out away and changing angles. A lot more angles have to be coming from Petroulias.
Low kick, it's working a treat. Now step it up to the body. Round 3 now, to the body, okay? A few big scores. Just watch out for his elbows, okay, as you know. Other than that, beautiful. You're controlling the fight. George, just watch his head. Watch his head. Right. Team's working beautifully as well, George. Team's working beautifully. So when you feel you're back against the ropes, whichever way you can go, either step in and circle off the ropes, okay? Don't let him come in close with his elbows. Other than that, beautiful, George. Absolutely beautiful. You're controlling it. His range is not in your...
And that's what I'm talking about. Alexei needs to be stepping to his left, continually stepping to the left. Step left, and then maybe try a chop low kick to the lead thigh. But severe angles he's got to be putting on his game plan now, because being in front is right in the pocket for that push kick, and right in the pocket for that step through knee from Mann as well.
Which we haven't seen that much yet, but I expect it to come in the third round.
Yeah, have a look at that. Even wraps that shin around nicely. Just the kid's got long limbs, but can use them.
Second down, mouth guard. Good man. Mouth guard, number 3. Chuck.
Well, Georgie Mann wants to get through this one pretty quickly. He's usually not allowed out that late, so he's got to get it done. Oh, look at him climb up! George Mann almost stepped over the top of Alexei then.
He did.
Oh, just pull that push kick out to the side and rolled the right hand. Again with a push kick up to the face. Alexei's got to keep stepping off though. Keep that lead leg to the outside. Circle left, Alexei, son, circle left.
George Mann can't get arrogant, cocky now. Kevin Fuller, he warned him about that elbow, and that elbow might come out of the clinch.
I don't know if Alexei's going to be able to get it up that high, but he can spin and smack it into his body.
Shoot, get! Let's go, go!
Looking for the step through knee.
Stop. 2 steps, yeah? Chop!
First time I've ever seen anyone catch a kick on their shoulder. Alexei's bringing the tricks as well tonight. Trying for that elbow, getting taken down in the clinch.
Up, chop!
Into the clinch they go. See what they have to offer here. But geez, he's a literal handful, George Mann. Alexei just banging away at the legs with the knees. Tries to bend him backwards. Go by the ropes. In he goes. He gets turned. Into the body. Obviously the biggest target and what Alexei's going to be able to get to, hopefully. Potentially a rip to the body. But geez, I'm struggling to come up with a decent game plan for Alexei. Looking at this, I'm thinking if I was in the corner, what would I say to Alexei? Yeah, apart from circling to that area. Nice. Banging body shot from Alexei Petroulias. Just the tangle of arms and legs. Oh, again with that push kick. Step through, cracking body kick from Alexei.
Get!
Elias again in center ring, keeping good control of this fight as well. Spinning elbow. There's no way he's going to get the elbow up to his head, so he's trying to spin into the rib cage. Trying absolutely everything, Petroulias. Needs to take the supporting leg out when he props on one leg, but that cannot as the round ends. Better round for Alexei. Put some good scores on in that round, but definitely needs a lot more.
You far, anything? Listen me. You far, you hurt. No, look. The hip got up, move. Go under first. When you lock it up, you move back. Up elbow. The mind game important. You understand? You know what I mean? The mind here, important. Yep. No room. Not tapping him, tap. Move up, move up, move up. No room, no back. Even trick you, yeah? He trick you, yeah? Left hand up, ankle. You move back, you top. No, when you move, you make a room. He trick you to you go back. No, walk back. Ankle only. Walk, no room. Oh, run there, run. He put you one time, yeah? Only one. You more put and you up, you got get more put.
Once again, catch and have a look at Mann just climb up and fight for survival. Alexei just lifting him up literally, which is going to tax Alexei just carrying that whole weight. Kick for kick they go. Alexei now looking to the body. Interesting to see Alexei's not even trying to punch to the head. And the Mann, he's solid in the clinch. His grappling strategy and craftsmanship is quite good.
It's amazing to think George Mann can even fight at 63.
Definitely all the weight's got to be in his legs.
Now guard. Number 4. Choke.
Oh, that big ground kick from Mann. He circles out, and he's smart because he circles out and gives himself room. He's aware what Alexei brings, and he's negating it well at this point. Petroulias locking the body in and working the legs of Mann. There you go, into the clinch they go. Knee for knee. Of course, George Mann taking this fight on short notice. Hard for him, but also hard for Alexei, because Alexei wouldn't have had the time to prepare for such a tall opponent.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, you know, it's difficult all round.
For a tall guy like this, George Mann moves around very smoothly, though.
Yeah. Again, looking for the clinch up. Alexei tries to shrug out of the clinch, give himself some room to create something. But Mann, with those long limbs, just so hard to manage, but also very clever in how he uses his height and reach. Locks up. Short in the clinch. Nothing real clean. Alexei trying to work those legs. Alexei Petroulias always busy in the clinch. Even in close, he still creates something. Trying for that body rip. And probably not a bad strategy as well, Timo.
Yes.
For Alexei to try and get in. Turning elbow. Alexei looking more confident in going forward now. Catch and take him down. The corner calling for Alexei to go in. Oh, catch
his right hand
down with the right hand, Alexei. All work on the inside from Petroulias. Looking for the elbow. He'll break off and look for an elbow again, Alexei. Mann well aware of it. Tying the arm up, which is the right elbowing arm. Again with a push kick to the face from Mann. This is a better round for Alexei now,
yes,
Timo.
Alexei's slowly figuring him out.
It's taken him a round or two, but he's getting there. Mann also now backing up, which before he was going forward. He doesn't have the power now. He's starting to blow a little hard as well. Mann, Alexei should take courage in that and should take strength in that, knowing that he's done the work. Well prepared for this one. But Mann, have a look at him on the inside. As I said, if there's ever a classic case of never judge a book by its cover, it's this guy right now, George Mann. Looks like a boy, fights like a man. George the Man. There you go, beautifully done. Beautifully done from Alexei in that round. Did push the pace, land some good clean shots. A better round for Petroulias.
Keep him long now. You're locking his arm up beautiful. So if he comes in close, just lock his right elbow again. Try and fight him long now. Jab, hook, and body kicks. Try and score a few big kicks now. Round 5, George, okay? Give him some water, give him some water. jab him, then hook him, George, and see the gap for the body kick, okay? Do his head. Beautiful. George, when you fight on the outside, you're winning the game. I know he's coming at you. Just try and step and turn. Try and keep him long, George. I know it's hard. I know you're tired.
And having a look at that round, Alexei did get taken down a couple of times, but did push the pace also. It's going to be real interesting to see how they score this one. Petroulias trying to bang the body, trying to get under the guard of George Mann.
There's no way to... The first 2 rounds definitely go to George Mann. Then afterwards it gets closer. And now the 4th I would give to Alexei. And it looks a bit like that George Mann gets tired. So Alexei has a good shot in the 5th round to make a difference.
Definitely George Mann getting a little tired now. He's worked hard in the earlier rounds, but again taking the fight on short notice. Maybe he wasn't as well prepared for this as he could be, but the corner's well aware of Alexei's elbows, so they've asked George to tie up that right arm. Very clever strategy from Gab's gym. Gavin Fuller in the corner there. They've got a good crew of strong fighters too.
Nice round now.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see what Alexei can do. Again, trying for that spin elbow. Yeah, spinning back fist would give Alexei a bit more range. But geez, he's so hard to hit. Man, he's long range. There's the push kick he used so well in round 1 and 2. Starting to employ it again now. Alexei needs to be aware of where his foot positioning is. As I said, he needs to step left a little bit more. Again, Mann backing himself onto the ropes, just in front of our commentary position. Alexei looking for angles to get in.
George Mann now following the lead, what Gavin Fuller told him in the corner, to move out, not get tied up in the clinch.
He'll look to try and grab that right arm. As soon as they get into the clinch, you'll see Mann try and grab that right arm of Alexei to stop it from being an effective elbow weapon. Again, Petroulias pushes forward. Catch. And almost a clean takedown by Mann, but nevertheless negated the round kick. Oh, the overhand right from Alexei. He let it fly. Alexei body locking and working the legs. Really needs to do something, really needs to create something now, Petroulias. He had a hard task when he fought Pat Richards, and Pat Richards had a little bit of a height and reach advantage. With George Mann's taking that height and reach advantage to a whole new level. Needed the legs, Petroulias keeps working in close. And he's nearly need Elias in the head there, George Mann. He's happy to knee anyone. Anyone below 5 foot is getting a knee to the head from George Mann. So you got to be careful, Timo. I'm all right, I'm 6'4", I can get away with it. Steps back, gives himself some room. And there he goes again, George Mann. Actually, George Mann, when I come to think of it, looks like a young Jono Armand.
He does.
But have a look at Alexei go. Knees down low on the inside.
Much better round again from George Mann now here in the 5th.
Yeah, he knows he's got to be careful because Alexei in that last round started to put some domination through. As he goes in again, Alexei looking for that overhand right, looking for something. And if anyone can create something in the dying minutes of a fight, it is Alexei Petroulias against the man Beanstalk. George Mann, a tougher opponent to fight. Alexei Petroulias probably hasn't had in a while. Every fight, don't follow me now, George Mann. Boy, you're going to overtip. Too tall to be doing that sort of shenanigans on the ropes. But geez, what a tough fight for Alexei. Just trying to get through the range. And George Mann just used his reach. Just, I couldn't have done it better myself. Fantastic stuff from the young fella. Bang, the right hand from Petroulias. Tried to get on the inside, but it was a hard night at the office.
All right. Well, once again, ladies and gentlemen, we got a mainstay of Rebellion and a man who will take a fight on short notice and put on what is no doubt a very entertaining display of 100% Muay Thai action. At the end of 5 rounds, we've gone to the judges' scorecards. It is a split point decision. Ooh. Your first judge gave the fight 49-48 to the blue corner. Your second judge gave the fight 49-47 to the red corner. And your third and final judge gave the fight 49-47, declaring your winner by split points decision. Blue corner, George Mann.
There you have it, folks. George Mann, in the split points decision, has got the win. And Alexi Petroulias had a hard year. 2016's beat. Let's hope 2017 brings him a few easier opponents. But to the hardware goes Georgie Mann. And great work from the young fella. Executed the plan perfectly. There's a clubbing overhand right that could have turned the table on Alexi if it landed flush. But I dare to say George Mann has had many of them attempted and thrown at him in his career. Looking again at his history, talking about 27, now 28 fights, George Mann. 28 pro fights and a title holder, WMC title holder, which says credibility. Wears a shot, gives him back doubly, Timo. A good win to the boy from Perth against Alexi Petroulias. The winner, George Mann.